We look like you're 40. So please, please get this money. Why? Because there's $250 involved if you are chosen. Men that are the hands-on type, the commercial or pickup truck drivers, construction workers, contractors, day laborers, do-it-yourself warriors. Applicants should come dressed in their everyday working clothes. Come to an open casting this Thursday, April 14th, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Argus. 75 Central Street, first floor, Boston, Mass. 02109. If you are chosen, you will be paid $250 for approximately 1 hour of your time. The TV shoot will be on April 21st in the downtown Boston area. If you have any questions, please email april@thinkargus.com. That's think, ARGUS.com. Again, if you know a sexy man, he could be a plump man. He doesn't even have to be fit. He just has to be sexy in your eyes. Woo! I want to see him, that working man right there with them hard working hands. All guys 18 to 40. I'm calling out some of my men that are 56 years old that look like they're 40, who are hands-on. Commercial or pickup truck drivers, construction workers, contractors, day laborers, do-it-yourself warriors. Applicants should come dressed in their everyday working clothes. Come to an open casting call today. If you get off work at 5, you can still get there. If you get off of work at 6, you can still get there. I don't care if you get off of work at 7:30, you get there at 7:59, you are still there. Hey, listen, 99 out of 100% is just showing up. So if you get there at 7:59 and you're still chosen, $250 for an hour of your time, come on. For doing nothing but being yourself, I need you to be there. I need you to represent. This is on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. It was posted 16 hours ago. It has been shared 5 times. Please, if you know somebody who knows somebody who's looking, get them out there. Also, jobsforfelonshub.com. This isn't just jobs for felons. These are jobs for anybody with a query who has had trouble getting a job. Full-time job, part-time job, warehouse job, hourly jobs. If you made a mistake in the past and you're now looking for a company that will hire felons in the state of Massachusetts, specifically here in Boston, first off, we commend you for trying to get back on track and show that you're just like everybody else. Who cares what happened in your past? Everybody made mistakes. Some of us just didn't get caught for it. Unfortunately, you did. Even though Boston, Massachusetts is a beautiful place, not every company there is willing to hire felons. And this is the list that they've come up with. They've done extensive research to find over 100 companies that hire felons and modify that list specifically to Boston. Click on the company you'd like to work for below and you'll see job listings for that company located in Boston, Massachusetts. This is a list of over 100, so I'm going to go quickly through some of these. AT&T, Abbott Labs, Allstate, American Airlines, American Express, American Financial, Airmark, Avon Products, didn't know that, Baxter, Bed Bath & Beyond, Big Boy Restaurants, the Best Western, Buffalo Wild Wings. This is only some of them. Campbell's Soup Company, Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to a Chick-fil-A. Caterpillar, Cintas, community education centers. If you have something to offer and you're sick and tired of not being able to be chosen, you can't work around kids because of your past, community education centers. ConAgra Foods, Monsanto, Dairy Queen, Deer Park Spring Water, Delta Airlines, Denny's, Dole, Dollar Tree, Domino's, Dr. Pepper, Snapple, IBM, IHOP, IKEA, Golden Corral, GE. Put Smite down. GE. When they open that Dogecoin building, you better apply for every job known to man. Phillips Morris USA, Pilgrim Quality Solutions, Pilot Flying J. I think that's a gas company. I'm trying to give you guys some good paying jobs here. Radisson Hotel, Republic Services, Safeway, Salvation Army, Sara Lee, Sears, Shell, Sony, Target, Tesla. And you get a discount on cars. I'm over here just beating the people on Periscope. Home Depot, Trader Joe's, U-Haul, Verizon, KFC, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Macy's. I'm going down the list. These are jobs that if you know somebody that has a Corey, if you know somebody that is a felon, you know somebody that's having a hard time getting a job based on their past, Yard House, Wyndham Hotel and Resorts, Papa Do's. Please go so I can come visit you. PetSmart, PepsiCo. The list goes on and on and on and on. There's over 100 companies here. Embassy Suites. I don't know if I said that. Dunkin' Donuts. Fiat, Chrysler Automobiles. Firestone Complete Auto Care. And the list goes on. Let me say this one more time. GE. There's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. This link is also on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. Please head over to Jobs for Felons with an S jobsforfelonshub.com. You go to location, go to Jobs for Felons in Boston, Massachusetts. The whole list will be there, or you could just go to the Tayla Andre page, and it's probably like the third one down. One more thing. There's a research study. I told you I'm trying to help y'all get money out here. There is a research study, $75 cash. If you are a non-smoker, you are healthy, you are a non-smoker, you can smoke weed. Okay? That is, if you smoke weed, you used to smoke weed, that's fine. But never cigarettes. You don't smoke cigarettes, never smoked a cigarette, never did a puff give. No, none of that. $75 in cash is about an hour of your time. It's located at Boston Medical Center. The phone number is 617-515-2650. One more time, 617-515-2650. This is for a research study to find out whether or not non-smokers have non-smokers' veins don't have like clotted arteries and stuff like that. You won't have to give any blood. I did it. $75 cash. If you know somebody who's a non-smoker, never smoked a cigarette in their life, could have smoked weed in their life, 617-515-2650. Now, that is also on the Tayla Andre page, so please head over there, get the information. I won't be able to repeat it on air because I think I spent about 15 minutes doing so. But please get the information that you need. If you know somebody who needs this money, help them get it. With that being said, in the news, they shot him in the air. Black teen 16 shot dead by Chicago. Was jumping a fence when he was killed, claims eyewitnesses, but police insist that he pointed a gun and was a documented gang member. Pierre Lurie, 16 years old, was shot and killed by police officers in Chicago on Monday evening. An officer chased the teenager after he claimed he fled from a car and then pointed a gun at him, which resulted in the cops shooting Lurie. Officer who has not been identified has been removed from his patrol duties as authorities investigate the incident. That means he is on desk duty. That means that he's still getting a paycheck. An eyewitness claims that she saw Lurie jump in the fence when he was shot, something confirmed by law enforcement sources. Police maintain that he pointed a gun, saying that one was found on the scene, while another claims Lurie was a documented gang member. On Tuesday night, more than 100 people gathered for a vigil and protest after the fatal shooting. Because I'm always here for the comments. One of the problem was he was a documented gang member. They do have photos of him from his little Facebook, his Instagram, with him holding a gun. He was not a licensed gun holder. They do have some footage. Somebody who was in the area took some footage of what happened on the aftermath. His mother is wailing and screaming, "That's my baby." He was only 16. He was jumping over the fence. The video that's here shows him lying on the ground right next to the fence. I don't know the laws in Chicago. But I do know that here in the state of Massachusetts, our veterans get preference, right? 100% preference, not 75%, not 99%. They get 100% preference. If you remember the conversation that we had earlier this week, disabled vets get first preference, vets get preference, and then after that, just civilians from the community. One of the things that concerns me is if you are a veteran, you may or may not have spent some time overseas where you were not trying to wound or apprehend persons, you were shooting to kill. And then you are awarded a badge and a gun and told to go police civilians. Now, this said civilian was a known gang member, so that means he was, worthy of being dead at 16. Well, at least that's the way that the media, the police will try and spin it. He's a known gang member. I can believe that in Chicago, Illinois, at 16 years old, there are many known gang members. What else is it for those children? They even had a form where babies as young as 13 years old were saying there's nothing out here for us. Like as far as education is concerned, as far as jobs is concerned, they're not like Boston. They don't have the summertime program for our children. I get it. I can imagine there are young and many that are known gang members. But does that merit for his life to be any less than anybody else? I have family members that were known gang members that today are upstanding citizens that pay their taxes, that realize the mistakes that they made in their past and can't believe that they actually did the things that they did in their youth. Does that merit for him to be dead? So, there's a few issues there. Many in African Americans have 1 to 5, 20 with spending power, hiring power. Somebody on Periscope was trying to convey a message. I missed that though. Put that back up and I'll convey that to the listeners. We currently have a call on the line, 617-282-0062. Good Rising, Caller, live.
Good Rising, Tayla.
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Hey, quick comment on the story you just read about police officer shooting the child, and basically they try to pass it off. But he was a known gang member, right? And what you were just saying about the veterans getting the preference. What's the difference between a gang member and a soldier that goes overseas and kills people? What's the difference?
One is licensed by the state in the city, and the other one is a vigilante, in a sense.
That's what I always want to know. What's the difference? A life is a life, no matter what. What's the difference? Why do they want to separate it? And okay, so the veteran going overseas is shooting people, whether they're innocent or trying to harm them, whatever, because we all know that casualties of war, there's collateral damage. So how are you going to point out to me there's a difference? There is no difference. You're taking a life. That's it. That's where it starts. You just took a life. It doesn't matter what. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, so if I'm being threatened by the police, I'm not supposed to do nothing. I'm just supposed to let them kill me because they have authority to kill me. Basically, I'm trying to defend myself. So basically, when you go overseas, you're trying to defend yourself. So that's why you're shooting them, because they're shooting at you. So if the police is shooting at me, I just got to sit there and just die because, okay, they got authority to kill me. I really cannot understand what's going on in this world. Like, why we separating things that should not be separated. Taking a life is taking a life, no matter what. That's end of story.
I feel your frustration. I feel your pain. Thank you. We love and appreciate you. We have another call on the line. Go Rise and Call you live.
Hello, Tayla. How you doing?
I'm super fantastic.
Tayla, here's something I do not understand. You go down Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, I see BMWs, Lexuses. Like, this mother would have a $80,000 job. She went to college, did the move out of the city. Like, you can move on the outskirts where there's still people of color, so you don't have to worry about you can become an Oreo or gay. I think that's what happens when
so
you
stupid.
These liberal towns where they're the only black face and they're surrounded by weak-minded fools. But you can move on the outskirts, like Everett, Malden? Do you have black people out there, or Randolph? And I'm not saying these neighborhoods don't have gangs, but the gangs out there want to be, because out there the white folks live, the cops and state troopers live out there. If they act stupid, the cops ain't gonna play no hiccups with them. A lot of the cops don't enforce the laws in our community because they're on the payroll. Raising your kids in this city is almost like giving them a death sentence in 2016.
But I think that there are plenty of parents that live here in the city that don't have. Now, I get it. You drive down Blue Hill Ave. There's a whole bunch of BMWs. There's a whole bunch of Lexuses. But we have to be 100% real. First and foremost, we don't own the houses that we live in. Second of all, the car that we currently own can be repossessed at any time if we don't pay that note. And most of us are one paycheck, maybe even 3 paychecks away from being kicked out from being homeless. So even though, hold on, even though I get it, like some of these BMWs and some of them are auction cars as well. So we can't say that these mothers are out here, not doing right, because I personally know a lot of mothers that were able to get some good paying jobs, travel 2 hours to work, stuck in traffic all day to make sure their babies are outside of the city, not just because of the violence, but also because they can't get an education that they believe their child deserves.
Stop having babies out of wedlock. Like, you look in our community, it's crazy. A single woman cannot raise a point to a manhood. We didn't have all these thugs, homosexuals, when there was fathers in the home. I'm not talking about baby daddy, your pretty boyfriend, jobless Negro who just plays video games. I'm talking about real men in the home, where you have fathers like James Evans from Good Times. Yeah, there was a few gangs then, but it was a lot less. Statistics. You put a father in the home, the chances of your daughter being a stripper or something a thug drops dramatically.
I love and appreciate you, Mr. Nubian. Good rising, caller your line. How are you, Takwa?
I am blessed and highly favored.
I know that's right.
It's underscore what the previous caller before Mr. Nubian was saying. The average age of soldiers that go to war is 19. Right? So, like you said, there's really not much difference between that soldier and a street soldier. And the movie Departed, Jack Nicholson's character asked, what is the difference between a cop and a gangster when either of them is pointing a gun at your head? There really is no difference. Survival mode kicks in. But, we don't look at pointing out the problem. But I haven't heard too many solutions suggested. Now, on October 10th, on the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March, Mr. Farrakhan called for 10,000 feelers, men and women. And folks, thought that he was calling for a militia to go and kill people that don't look like us. On the contrary, that 10,000 feelers is to make our neighborhood a safe and decent place to live. Because, as Minister Farrakhan said, the condition of the hood is not the police's responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility. We live there. Mm-hmm. It's our responsibility. So with that in mind, we are doing training for those who want to be a part of the 10,000 sailors. You can go to NOI.org, click on the 10,000 sailors, and register for that. We had a training last Saturday on the proper handling of people in conflict resolution. The next training will be on military science. And this is going to be ongoing training series so that folks who don't want to join the nation can get the same training that the FOI and the MVP has on loving our people.
What's the date, Taquar? What's the date?
Date is May 7th from 2 to 4. And we will be hitting the streets and getting in between the conflicts and stopping the blood and the bullets. But you can't go out and do that not knowing what you're doing.
So do me a favor. Let's post all this information on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. If there's a flyer, let's post that and let's keep people abreast on what's going on and when this is taking place. So you do not have to join the Nation of Islam, but if you wish to understand and how to move like a soldier, like an NOI, then please, May 4th, is that correct? 7th.
2 to 4.
I'm trying to make a point here to the topic at hand, right? And this, this thing that we're doing is to go out into the community and solve these problems that everybody is complaining about, and expecting government to solve it. Brother Nubian, most of the time I'm in concurrence with what he says, but he's talking about, run, so we get the neighborhood. No, we got to fix the neighborhood. And to prove that it can be done on this current issue of the final call, the cover story is about what we have done with this effort in the Bluff in Atlanta. Anybody that knows about Atlanta knows the Bluff is the most uncivilized place that you can think of, more murders than any place in America. Well, we have now cleaned up and civilized the Bluff with the efforts of the 10,000 Fearless Atlanta chapter. So we've demonstrated that it can be done, but if you ain't scared, get on board and let's do it in Boston. Let's do it in Chicago. Let's do it all across the country. Those who have created a problem have no interest in solving it, just containing it among us so we can kill ourselves off so they can come and reclaim the properties that we're living on now.
And with that being said, May 7th from 2 to 4, we're going to have that posted on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. Thank you so much, Takwa. We are running over. I want to make sure that we get into Power Hour, but there's also 2 other stories that I really want to read to you. First and foremost, shout out to those Verizon workers who went on strike after the union talks with management broke down. They said, like the teachers union, they got up from the table like, this ain't good. We don't like this. We're leaving. Just like the teachers union. Verizon staff walked out of the new contract talks before they broke down last week. Hundreds formed picket lines in Manhattan and Albany on Wednesday. Verizon was disappointed, but said they trained thousands of non-union workers to fill for strike staff. Oh, you ain't coming to work? All right, y'all call them temporary workers real quick. We trained them up. So we ain't no stopping us now. You can leave. The union said with 40,000 employees walking out of Verizon, internet and TV services would seriously be affected. Verizon said, not today. We got ununionized workers. We don't need y'all. And from what I understand, everything was hunky-dory. I had a friend of mine that went to Verizon yesterday, called, had no problems. Like no strike was taking place, but 40,000. And I love it. I wish those numbers, I wish we had 40,000 parents. We have 56,000 students. I wish we had 48,000 parents to strike. 48,000 parents to say, I don't like my child's education. I wish we had 48 parents that didn't like their children's education that showed up to a damn teacher-parent conference. But I'll just leave that right there. Next, I wanted to inform you guys that affluenza. If you kill somebody in a drunk driving accident, 4 people actually, if you kill 4 people in a drunk driving accident, your mommy and daddy send you to rehab, you decide you don't want to stay in rehab, you run away to Mexico, you do 2 years in jail. That's it. 2 years in jail. That's crazy. That is insane. The justice system is not, there is no justice. There is no justice. This boy, this child, was driving drunk, killed 4 people, evaded jail by running away to Mexico with his mommy and his dog. He didn't get caught. He turned himself in, right? Like nobody caught him. He was just like, oh, fine, I'm ready to deal with my consequences. You're not getting out of jail today, said the judge who orders the affluenza teen Ethan Couch, who killed 4 in a drunk car crash, to stay in jail for 2 years. Whoever that judge is needs to be pulled from the bench. Yep. Texas teenager Ethan Couch, I want to know how much he was paid. Who does he know? Whose daddy is he friends with? killed 4 people, injured 9 in a drunk driving crash, will spend another 2 years in jail. Couch, who turned 19 on Monday, appeared before a judge as an adult on Wednesday to hear the new details of his probation. Judge Wayne Slavant did an about face after he told Couch, I don't know what that means, an about face, that he was going to delay the decision about how long he would remain in jail. The beaten teen that had, they want to go into what he wore and what he looked like.
Stupid stuff.
The stupid stuff. Exactly. Reggie B says stupid stuff. The sentence was greeted with visible satisfaction from family members of Couch's victim. Satisfaction? Visible satisfaction. Well, I can imagine. You know what? I can imagine being somewhat satisfied that, yes, this boy's going to spend some time in jail. But I would be gravely disappointed if for 2 years that's all you had to serve. My baby's dead. You killed my child. You injured me. And all you have to do is serve 2 years. Let me tell you something. If I was driving drunk, Tayla Andre would be locked up. You going to jail today, and you probably going to stay there. I bet you I wouldn't get 2 years. Tayla Andre was driving drunk.
Neither would Reggie B. I get more than you.
I'm going to just leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. We do have a call on the line. I'm going to take this call really quickly. Good rise and call you live.
Good morning, Taylor. How you doing? I saw that last night too, and I was upset.
I'm about to come off and come right back on. We're going to change the name of the Periscope.
Family members, and they're just as mad as anything. It's just like, come on now. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. And you need to ask who that boy's lawyer is. It's good.
His lawyer ain't good. It's the judge. Who the judge know? The judge probably know the daddy. That's what it is. Daddy was like, yo, take care of my son. Slap him on the wrist a little bit. He need to learn. He need to learn something.
That's what it is.
You know as well as I know is if he was black, he would did his whole full time. He probably wouldn't have got probation, first of all.
Yo, hold on, time out. I saw this meme yesterday on Instagram of what's Jared, the little boy diddler? He was sleeping with little kids. Jared, the subway guy. So how many years Jared got? 7 years?
Something like that.
Had to serve for something like that. So Jared got no time at all for, child pornography. But yet they showed a picture of the Atlanta teachers that were, switching up the students' grades, helping the students get them higher scores so they can go ahead and, not look like they're failing the children. And they got 20 years. 20 years for altering some test scores, trying to help these babies look intelligent, try to help these babies get some college degrees. And the little child pornographer got 7 years. Justice or else. What's the or else? Because you know what the or else is? I need you guys to cultivate into your children. I told Anari, baby, I need you to become a Supreme Court justice. I need you to rule on some of these benches. I need you to make some decisions because he'll argue with you all day. Anari, I need you to be a judge. I need you to be a lawyer, then a judge, and then sit on the Supreme Court so we can have a black man that's actually going to open his mouth and do something. Because if you don't remember, Clarence Thomas ain't said nothing in 10 years.
Nope, and he won't say nothing.
He's just sitting there doing what he does. All right, Taylor, have a good morning.
You as well, baby. So we late. Mm-hmm. What Mayor Bill de Blasio said, we on color people time. We on color people time as far as this power hour is concerned. 617-282-0062. So I asked you the other day because it was asked of me, would you go back to Africa? Remember I told you I had a friend of mine that's currently in Congo who said, Taylor, would you move back to Africa? Baby, I ain't never been to Africa. What you mean move back? But I want to ask you, because I know some of us that are listening, our country of origin may not be Africa. You may be an American citizen whose family immigrated into the country, the United States of America, came through Ellis Island. Would you go back to your country of origin? And your country of origin could be Ireland. Your country of origin could be Switzerland. Your country of origin could be Swaziland. whatever your country of origin is, Jamaica. Now I know we have some listeners that are from the Caribbean. Well, you may have been there when you were 10 to go visit grandma before she died. You may have went 3-4 years ago to go see some family members. But would you move back to your country of origin? Not if Trump becomes president, just period. Just period. We have so many complaints, so much dissatisfaction. I don't like America. I can't believe this is going on in our all of it. Would you go back to your country of origin? Now, to answer that question with a little transparency, my mother's Cape Verdean, my father's Black. I honestly believe so. My great grandmother, I did the genealogy for my grandmother for our family reunion. My great grandmother was a Moor, Moor. And I think they just added the E. She was a Moor. So I believe that on my father's side, we were never transported. I believe we were here as indigenous people because they were Moors. As we know, Moors were all over the place. So I don't believe at any point where we transported. I believe that we were here in America. This was our country of origin before it became America. Christopher Columbus sailed the, lies. Your teacher told you. But as far as my mother's side is concerned, I have never been to the islands. Would I like to? I would love to. Any project that we ever had in geography class was always on Cape Verde. So I know that they have a broken infrastructure. I know that we have a corrupt government, not really a corrupt government, but there's not enough police power. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of petty crime. There's a lot of theft over there. Would I go back? I feel like I would. But would you? Would you go back? And I don't want you to call up here like, I've never been, so I can't go back. Your ancestors somewhere along the way were there. Your DNA has your ancestors embedded in it. Would you take your soul, your spirit, your DNA back to your country of origin? 617-282-0062. For my African Americans, would you go back to Africa? For if you're Ireland, your parents came over at Ellis Island, would you go back to Ireland? All right? Good rising, caller, you live.
Hello?
It's you, baby. Good rising.
Good rising. I would like to say, first and foremost, that what made America were transient people, people from Ireland, enslaved Africans, Asians, so forth and so on. So why would I want to go back to a place where we helped build this place here? Now, I wouldn't mind going back to Africa on the contingency that I take all the contributions that my ancestors brought to America and bring that there. The cultivation of rice, the building of civilizations here in America, that the institutions that we built down in Washington, D.C., all the monuments, so forth and so on. And I just wanted to add one thing. The Cape Verde Islands is not the natural origin for Cape Verdean people. Cape Verdean people are hybrids of Africans and Portuguese. That was a place where they held enslaved Africans over in the island. A lot of them didn't come from Cape Verde. They came from Angola. They came from the Western Hemisphere of Africa, brought over to the Cape Verde Islands and hold it and to be transported to the New World from the Portuguese.
Yeah, absolutely right. But as far as my family is concerned, that is their place of origin. We have not traced our DNA to know exactly which way do we go, which way do we go. So as far as my family is concerned, that's the starting point for us. We have not traced it back any further than my great grandparents who. So that for me, I know, I get it. I know the history, but we can only know what we know.
Yes,
You're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, if we could take back the contributions we brought to this country and bring that back to Africa and build back over there, then I'll go. But I'm not going to leave this country after we made all these contributions to the countries and feel like, okay, we don't need to be here or we need to leave. My family's been here since the 1700s on paper. So at the end of the day, I feel some sense of entitlement here in this country.
Okay.
Not to say that this is my country of origin, but my ancestors put in the work of free labor. So therefore, we are entitled to be here.
I got you, baby. I got you. You said I'm entitled to be here. What's your nationality, if you don't mind me asking? Love you, Reggie B.
I call myself, I'm just African, but let the society speak, I'm African American, but I only hold African. I can sit here and tell you that I'm Cherokee Indian, Irish. I don't claim that. I claim what I see. I'm an African. I'm a Pan-Africanist. So when you see this, what you get, I'm African.
Would you go back to your country of origin?
What you see, what you get is African.
All right, baby. Love and appreciate you. 617-282-0062. Good rise and call you live. Would you go back to your country of origin? I'm well. How are you?
Alrighty. I just to piggyback off what he said, pretty much that same thing. I mean, I think that if we did go back to Africa, I think that we should, you know.
What about people from Ireland or people from Portugal? Would you go back to your country of origin?
If we take all our resources and things like that from this country as, you know, people of color and take it there, then I would definitely go back.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like Africa is not civilized? Do you feel like that they don't have any buildings? Like, what do you mean build up their civilization, take back what we built here? Like,
what I'm saying is develop it. Develop a certain section like they do in Dubai, like they did in Dubai.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Africa doesn't have modernized things and things like that. You know, I mean, they pretty much did that in South Africa. You know, they do
you live in your country? Would you go back to your country?
The Caucasians that came there brought their money, brought their resources.
We didn't even shout out our sponsors.
That's exactly what they did. But to make, you know, to answer your question, yes, I would go back. I would absolutely go back. Thank you.
Thank you for your transparency. 617-282-0062. We have another call on the line. Keep the calls coming. 617-282-0062. If you wish to remain anonymous, TAYLAANDRE. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever have you. Just let me know your thoughts, your feelings. Would you go back to your country of origin? And it doesn't necessarily have to be African. We have others that listen. Jamaica. Would you go back to Jamaica? Your parents came over. They immigrated. Would you go back home? Would you set up shop? Would you retire there? Would you build a house there? Would you even dual citizenship? Would you be a Jamaican American citizen, even though you have never lived there for your entire life? Good rise and call your life. Your life. You're live, baby.
Good rising, Dylan.
Hey, Harrison.
How are we doing today?
I'm super fantastic. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Look, you know, our history as Black people, it starts in 1492 when Christopher Columbus
sailed the seven
came
seas.
and said, "Oh, we discovered America," from what they say. So, thing is, we don't know nothing about us. Why, like I said, why does the master doesn't want the slave to read? Because he doesn't want you to know your past. Okay. People in America, in the Caribbean, we are not from Africa like they say. We are from Israel. We are Jewish people. We're not Jewish. We are the Jews. Okay? We're not Jewish. We're the Jews. So the thing is, there was a famine in Israel, and Joseph, his brother, sold him in slavery. What happened is he went to Egypt. He made all the people from Egypt come from Israel to Egypt, and then there he become a prime minister. We could say. What happened is he made all these people come because there was famine in Israel. All these people, when they came, Joseph, he died. The Pharaoh at the time didn't know
Moses, Joseph, what he did for Egypt. He put the people in slavery. Okay, because remember when Joseph's brothers came, they couldn't recognize him between the Egyptians because he was a black man and the Egyptians were black. So thing is now, when the Pharaoh put the Jews in slavery, came a man called Moses. He came and took the people from slavery and crossed the Jordan with them, and then go back to Israel, Canaan. Okay, so when he went back, what happened is now in 70 AD, the woman came back in the woman came invade Jerusalem. All the Jews had to flee. They went to West Africa. When we were in West Africa, the West African people say this is not our people. They are different. They took us. They sold us into slavery. You see the more you're talking about the more these people they are the one who sold us too.
So, Harrison, does that mean you would not go back?
Of course, I will. No, we all have to go back by force or by will. We have to go back because you see, when God says, "I'm going to clean the earth and create a new heaven," He's talking about Africa. That's where we are going. Because all these things that going on, that fake Jesus, they're showing the picture of a white man, all this going on abolished because Christianity is set to failure. You see a lot of people when they come, like they have knowledge, they laugh at Christian people because they know people are telling a lie about what is Christianity because it is wrong. So we all have to go back to Africa. We are going, but we're going to Africa with the wealth of everybody that mistreated us. They're gonna give us the wealth. Watch. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Harrison. I think we just had Bible studies on a Thursday. I love and appreciate you. 617-282-0062, Garage and call you live. Shut your radio off for me.
Yes. It's amazing how well we internalize the indoctrination of the slave master. There was a conversation at the foot of the pyramids between the leader of Egypt and the leader of Israel.
Hold on, Takwa. I don't want to talk about religion right now. I want to know whether or not you would go back to your country of origin.
Well, the entire 196,940,000 square miles of the earth belongs to us. People, like you said, the Moors have been all over it. I was born in Jamaica, which was a slave colony. My father was from original slave stock. My maternal grandmother was Arawak Indian, the indigenous people who were there in Jamaica. I don't know what part of Africa I'm from. When I'm in the African community and I hear languages, I'm split up because I don't know which one belongs to me. But in a nutshell, yes, I would.
Would you go back
Jamaica
to Africa?
Or Africa?
Would you go back to your country of origin?
I'm doing
Would you go back to Ireland?
Right here,
would you go back to Greece?
It's the best part for ourselves, and a lot of other folks to be on the worst part. But since they dragged us to the worst part and forced us to build it with bodies of our ancestors in the pillars in the Capitol building, then this belongs to us also. So if anybody should leave, it shouldn't be us. We should stay here and go wherever else we want to go. But we own this. We got sweat equity in this.
Takwa, you don't own a damn thing. Okay? You don't own nothing. I don't own nothing. Please tell me what deed is in your name.
But that's a fraud. That's a fraud. They say possession is 9/10 of the law, but when the thieves steal something, the fact that I don't want to make it actually.
Hold on, but Takwa, they stole gold from Africa. They won't even give back artifacts to Africa. Do you know how many African countries give us gold back? They're like, hold on, we're debating whether or not we want to give this back that we stole from the 16th century. We keep it in the museum, so it's kind of ours. We don't know if we want to give it back. This is a real thing. I don't know if you guys remember the article that I read 2 months ago when France was debating whether or not they wanted to give African artifacts back. And it wasn't even a gold or a silver or a ruby or an emerald. It was just an artifact. They were like, well, I understand we stole it, but it's kind of ours.
Yeah, they're grave robberies. But the difference is thing, believe it or not, as divine justice. And that's why the earth is in a wretched condition that it is today. There's no peace anywhere and will be no peace until they do justice by us.
Until you do right by me, nothing you touch gonna prosper. 617-282-0062, Verizon, call you live.
Hello.
Hey, Reggie B.
Good AM.
Good rising, good rising.
Okay, I just want to. I was cracking up at your good life, your life. I'm like, huh? They're getting conked out over there. What's going on? Stop talking so fast. But to get to the question, yes, I will go back. I would definitely go back because of the curiosity of what it would be like to live in Africa. The curiosity of what it would be like to associate with the people that are there that look like me, but and just the overall feeling, because I've seen some YouTube videos and some Facebook pictures of videos of people who once lived here in America that moved to Africa and love it and said that they would never come back here. So,
are you serious? Where those videos at?
I'll look them up at work today, and I'll actually I think it's on YouTube. If it's YouTube, is there any way I can send it to you through YouTube?
I don't. Yeah, you can copy paste the link and post it on the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. There's this lady that moved to Ghana, and she said she would never come back to the United States of America ever in her life. If it was the last thing she did, that was the last thing she would do. She would never come back here to the country.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to go ahead and look that up. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this real quick. But in order for people here to really experience that African presence or just being in Africa, they have to go. You can't just rely on the media and say I'm not going to go because of X, Y, and because of what they show you. A lot of people are ignorant because they don't know. But at the same time, go. If you've never been someplace, go experience it for yourself. See what it's like yourself. Stay there for about a month if you can afford to do that, and just get the vibe and get the feel and get the vibration of what it's like to be in Africa. Got African friends here? Get with the African friends here. Build a bond, build a relationship, build a strong friendship to the point when you want to go to Africa, their home is your home, and they will actually show you around. They will introduce you to people that are there. They will help you learn the language. That's what we got to do, man. Some artists know I ain't going to go because I've never been there. Go. Just go. Stop talking about that travel. Just go.
Stop being scary. Stop buying Jordans. Stop buying cars that are useless. And start buying some land in Africa. Oh no, wait. That's if you ever seen Jamie Foxx, he talks about how beautiful the women are. He said it looked like Halle Berry everywhere. All of them look like Halle Berry. 617-282-0062. We have more than just Africans on the line, people that don't have origins in Africa. I don't know how that's possible when that's the motherland. But would you go back to Ireland? Would you go back to Greece? If you are Dominican, would you trace your heritage? Find out where you're from. Would you get those DNA testises? Don't act like you don't know somebody who says testises. Would you go back and see where exactly your bloodline is from? Find out if you are from Ghana. Find out if you are from the Congo. Find out if you are from Ethiopia. Would you take that test, find out where you're from, and then go, all right, fine, I get it. You don't want to move anywhere because you're scary. Would you at least go visit? I got a message over here that's like, Tayla, I'm not going anywhere that I'm not familiar with. I'm good. And I don't know if you remember what I read 2 days ago, but I would be fearful. Be fearful. What would my livelihood look like? Where would I sleep? What would I eat? Everything that I know is here in America. Everything I understand is here in America. How would I adapt to that? That's a very, very different atmosphere. And some of us have this ideology that, it's nothing but wasteland and sand with men wearing sheets all over their heads and bodies, speaking languages, not using deodorant. We have preconceptions. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. 617-282-0062. Verizon caller, you're live.
Good morning, Tiller. It's a good topic. It's just one thing that we have is, as you can see, in the United States is dealing with the same thing. So we come to a place and find that, okay, enough of dividing us, hating us, each other. Let's come together as I respect you, you respect me. And Africa will not be a bad place to visit. It's a beautiful country. They just take what the media end up doing is just take a little clip of the bad of the country. Like when they're looking Dorchester, what do they go look at? They go to Roxbury, they show you like this dirty spot that crackers on the street and all that to show to show on TV. But they never show the best part of Roxbury. You know what I'm saying? So till we come to a point they say, listen, if Taylor worked 2 jobs to get a house, instead of hating on Taylor, I'm gonna do as well the same thing too to get the same house she got. So till we come to a point, say, wait a minute, instead of that hating each other, we're gonna love. There's a meeting going on. Let's support such and such. Bring her to the next. Let's support whoever's doing the meeting. Let's all parents come to the meeting. We want to elect a minority leader to become our next mayor. Let's all vote behind her. Till we come to a point that, okay, enough is enough. Let's see if we could bring us back into where it was back in the 80s when black people owned a lot of businesses in our neighborhood. Now it's just a bunch of people that just own business in our neighborhood, but they don't keep the money in our neighborhood.
Nor do they live in our neighborhood. So you would go back, yes or no?
I would. The thing is, it's just that a lot of folks do the same thing everywhere you go. They'll take
Hold on. I hate to listen. I want to take as many calls as possible. I don't want a long drawn out what we should do here. Yes or no, would you go back?
I will go back, but the thing, Taylor, we have to realize that for us to take these things out, we have to reunite with each other. We can't be hitting each other. That's the reason why the white man does. He just brings something in, and then for us to start fighting against each other. That's the reason why they divide us.
You know what? Pause. Okay. Nobody is dividing anybody. Because when I see 2 people fussing and fighting, there's not somebody in the middle, fight. Okay. I need you, first and foremost, when you know better, you do better. I need you to first educate yourself. After you educate yourself, I need you to financially educate yourself. After you financially educate yourself, I need you to own something. After you own something, I need you to be collective bargaining, like collectively put your monies together, buy something collectively. This isn't me. These are principles that have been in place for years. We'll talk why. He'll tell you. Get you some education, get you some financial understanding. From there, start building your personal wealth, start building. We can't sit here. Can we stop blaming other people? Racism is real, 110%. I'm not going to deny that. It's a fact. But I do not wish to have a conversation pointing fingers, because guess what? There's a whole bunch of fingers pointing back at us. That's not the conversation that I wish to have today. Would you go back, because your DNA came from somewhere, would you go back to your country of origin? We know what we need to do here. There's not enough. Guess what? Every single meeting I went to, it was the same damn people. The same damn people in education, the same damn people in financial literacy, the same damn people complaining about the BRA. I'm tired. I'm done. It ain't gonna be today. We ain't talking about it today. If you ain't get it 400 other shows, you ain't gonna get it today. I don't want to talk about it. We know what we're supposed to do. We know the steps and the tools and the resources that are out here to help us do the things that we want to do. But if you're not going to grab a hold of those resources, for crying out loud, I just gave you a website where felons can go get a job. I gave you $250 if you're a working man to show up for an hour and find out whether or not you're picked as one of these sexy men that are going to be working at the Fenway commercial. $75 for a study. Like, I can give you the information. I can give you the water. I can't make you drink it. Okay? So can we just please stay on topic? Because I think It's 37 past, and I think we got through 3 calls talking about what we should do, what we could do, and what I want to do. Would you go back? Yes or no? Can we keep it simple, please? Good rising, calling you live.
Hello.
Yes, it's you, darling. Good rising.
Good morning. I don't even have anything else to say. That was the purpose of my call, but you've already made it clear. And you're a good host. I forgive you. A lot of these callers would not have the chance of my show. You're good. A lot of these callers would have already had the clicker. You're very good. And the question was simple. Would you or would you not go back? Yes, no, bye. Click. Hello. Would you or would you not? Yes, no, bye. Everybody had it. Yes, I would, but we didn't ask you the but part.
Exactly.
Would you not?
Period. Yes.
You're a good host. To you, my friend. You're very good. Yes, I would go back, indeed. And that's all I have to say on my advice. Originally from Haiti, and I've already bought properties and I'm building. Yes, I am going back, and yes, I will go back.
Ooh, you know what? I have friends that have property in Haiti that go back and forth on a regular basis. Haiti is beautiful. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them lie to you. Haiti looks like a paradise.
I just came from Haiti. This is my second property from a different countryside of Haiti that I've never been at. That was my first time. It's a countryside called Jérémy. And those who knows me very well, I very well love my country. I've stood up for Haiti ever since I came here at the age of 12 years old in my high school. I've always stood up with my flag before I could have come on the board with the BET Award. I've always stood for Haiti, and I love my country, and I'm proud to be. I will always be, and if there's choice to be, I don't need a choice to be felon to go back home. I'm going home, then. There's no question about it.
Okay, I have a really quick question because you said that you bought a property on the other side of Haiti, the countryside of Haiti that you've never been to before. So this was uncharted territory for you. Was there some type of fear? Was there some type of anxiety? Were you reluctant to buy on a part of the property or the part of the island that you've never been to before? Because I think that's where we have a disconnect. We're like, we have no connection here. We don't know anybody over there. You know, why buy a house? Why go? Why visit when I'm going to be alone?
Okay. Good question. Why would you? Well, I looked at it this way. I'm originally from Haiti, and I'm looking at the way the other politicians from here are buying all our properties. So why not me? So yes, I had some fears. Yes, I did. Yes, I had some concerns. So what I end up doing is just did my research. And what I bought over there is not a house to live. What I bought over there is a property. It's going to be more like, because Jérémy has a huge population for seafood and sailors, and they just fish there, and it's big. So what I have over there is basically going to be a warehouse where it's going to be fishermen working for me. There will be the fishermen paid to fish there, and then I will store fish and sell to the bigger markets and the bigger restaurants and people that need it wholesale.
Business plan. Yes, I love it.
I don't have a home in Jérémy because I'm not from Jérémy. I'm from the capital city of Port-au-Prince. My home is in Plaine, which is a part of Guadeloupe. But I just went to Jérémy and explored it. And my loved one, she said, "Hey, babe, I think we can make some money over that side." And she took me there, and that's all they cook. And we just started making business. So I just came back Friday, and we made the place. The paperwork's in place, and we're going to continue to make it happen.
That's beautiful, beautiful.
I don't know anybody in Jérémy. It's just business, like you just said it earlier, and yourself. Guys, stop complaining. Just make it happen. There's no need to put fingers anymore. Just make it happen. We know the tools to do. You have the tools. You have the materials. Let's make it happen. Go to college, get a degree, get your paperwork, get your financial, buy property, make it happen. Stop it.
Love and appreciate you. So that he made it happen. He went and bought property back in his homeland. Would you do it? Good rising, Callie Alive. Shut your radio off for me, baby.
Good morning, good rising.
Good rising.
Well, and you know what? I think the DNA thing, I don't know if the DNA would really prove where you're from, how they do that or whatever, but I would at least
it
say,
kind of works.
if they say you're from somewhere, you should go visit. You see what I'm saying? At least go visit.
Okay.
To where my ancestors came from.
Just at least go visit. I like that one. If you're not going to move, at least go visit.
Yeah, at least go visit, because, you know, they make you seem like you said, they make you seem like it's an ugly place if you've never been there. We all know things exist, but if you've
got you. Thank you, baby. Love and appreciate you. I have a message over here on Facebook. For the people who are mixed like me, my parents are from Barbados and Ireland. So where would I have to go or choose to go? They're both equally beautiful, and I equally belong to them both, being half and half. So I definitely would buy property in both. I love it. I love it. I love it. What about my Asian Americans? My Asian Americans that have been here their whole life. Their parents tell them about how bad it was over there, especially in Vietnam when we were over there bombing them with all types of Agent Orange, giving them all types of medical ailments, and they came and fled to America. May have been in a concentration camp if they were Japanese. But would you go back? Where my Asian Americans at? Good rising, calling you live. It's you, baby. Good rising. Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, I love my females. How are you, mama?
Oh, you know I'm a mama. Good. I turned on the radio a little late, so I didn't really get to hear what the true topic was, but I get a little of it where people would go back from the original country where they come from. I think I would. And the reason why I would return is that I'm well secure. I'm from Jamaica. I'm Indian. I don't know where should I really say this is where I'm from, but I know I'm mixed. I'm mixed just like peas when you cook rice on peas. That's how I'm mixed up, okay? But I was born in Jamaica. I'm here for a reason, and my mission is accomplished. And the reason why I came here, not because I didn't have anything in Jamaica, I came here with my kids then to give them a better education. And they achieved that. My son went to Howard University at 17 years old. He went into the Navy, do engineering for the planes. He's now in the reserve. I have a daughter who graduated from Boston College, University rather, and she into finance. And if you go on the internet and push in for Jackie Olsen Lanson, you will see a big write-up on her, first black woman to win the Supreme Court.
Woo!
I would go back to Jamaica because I have a beautiful home there. I have a nice business place that is rent out. And right now, most of my money that I use to pay my mortgage here is coming from Jamaica.
Wow. Okay.
Not a penny to buy. I spent $150,000 Jamaican dollar for $600 US because I'm buying. But a lot of people come here and it's like they throw a stone. I'm not going to teach it too long because I'm a good talker. I used to teach here anyhow, so you know I'm a talker.
Yes, ma'am.
Once a teacher, you got to talk. I teach cosmetology. I do what I have to do. I travel. I teach in Atlanta. I travel all over. I've done my time. And I work in this country here for needy kids, money out pocket. I've done it all.
If no one has told you recently, baby, I love you. I appreciate you. And we need to go ahead and get that business model down packed because she said, I came here, I did my business. I own a house in Jamaica and it pays my mortgage in America. I love it. 617-282-0062. Good rising, calling you live. Shut your radio off for me, baby.
Hey, that's my plan. You know what I'm saying? I've been on that plan for a few years now. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't born there. I was born in Cape Verde. But no, that's the plan. I'm trying to go back. Trying to make my money here because I came when I was young. And I'm trying to go back there and live there. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful country. But I want to travel more than just that. You know what I'm saying? I think people need to travel to see what life is really like. When you're just in the States, you really don't understand. You just understand life, but you don't really understand what's going on around. It's so closed-minded. Once you leave the United States or go from state to state, you see there's a big difference of what's really going on and what people's perceptions are. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a beautiful place in the world that people like, oh, no, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there to what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's my plan.
What island were you born on?
Horrible.
Hey, we might be cousins. I do. You know what? I can't tell you. I went to a wedding one time, and it was a gentleman that I went to school with. I'm like, what are you doing here? He was like, this is my family. I'm like, damn. The whole time we were in high school together, we never knew we were related. You know, Cape Verdeans are crazy because you'll find out your cousin was your cousin after you done dated somebody.
Yeah, see, that's why every time I get with a Cape Verdean girl, every time I introduce her to the family, the first thing they always ask are, who's your parents?
What's your last name? Who's your grandparents? Where you're from? What other are you related to? The Fernandez, the Peanuts? Who you related to?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't. My mother told me stay away from all of them. He's your cousin. Just leave it like that. He's your cousin. But he's from a different island. He's your cousin. Just leave it like that. You don't want those problems. I want to say something so bad. I want to say it. I'm gonna bite my tongue. Nah, we got people in this city dating their cousins, married to their cousins now. I'm gonna bite my tongue now. I'm gonna just leave it like that.
I know a couple, Tayla. I know a couple.
I'm gonna leave it just like that. Some of your Tayla, shut up right now. Close your mouth. Okay. Done. 607-282-0062. Would you move back to your country of origin? Cape Verdeans will marry their cousin and act like they're not related and be public figures. Okay, I'm done. Yes, I would go back, but I am terrified of what I have been told about my country. I am from Lebanon, and I definitely would go back, but with everything that's going on overseas, I'm more fearful for myself and for my children than I am excited to see my beautiful country. Wow, I can see how that's a dilemma, especially with wars overseas. If you're Syrian or Afghanistanian, I don't know. I don't judge me, please, no judgment. I can understand how that could be scary with the wars going on. If there is some turmoil, even Egyptian with what's going on in Egypt or Libya, I can understand how that would be a scary move. But knowing how beautiful your country is and wanting to restore it. Shout out to Anonymous. Thank you for your honesty, your transparency. Good rising, caller. You're live.
Hello?
Yes. Good rising. Shut your radio off for me, baby.
Sorry about that. Hello?
Yep, we got you.
So I'm confused to the question. Are you talking about the land of origin or your ancestral of your ancestors?
Okay. Would you go back to whatever your nationality? So if you're Jamaican America, you've only been to Jamaica to visit, would you move back? Would you go back to your country of origin where your parents are from? We had Anonymous say that they were half Bayesian and half Irish, and they wouldn't know where to go to because they're equally half and half. Both countries are beautiful, but where would I actually go? Or can I have like a dual citizenship and go to both?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go back to Africa then.
You'd go back to Africa? No issues, no problems, just go back.
Yes.
That was the
issue you asked me if I was going to go back, so I'm going to keep it one.
Thank you. You know what? If I had something to give away today, you would have been the winner because I think you were the only person who just answered the question. Would you take the test to find out where exactly you're from?
Well, we already took the test.
Okay. I have questions. Please, were you fearful of your results?
No, because it's Africa. Like, it was plain and obvious that my family were from came through the transatlantic. We was from the west part, and so we were from Senegal. So it really didn't make a difference. I embraced it as long as I knew where I was coming from. I think it's more a fear of not knowing than to know.
I love that, a fear of not knowing. So where exactly are you from? What did your DNA test say? And we had a caller that called in earlier, like, I don't know if that thing really works.
Well, what they do is they break it down they'll break it down and say, well, you got 10% of this and 10% of that and 80% of this.
And the majority of the bloodline that we traced back came from Senegal versus anywhere else. So we have European blood in it, and that's through the transatlantic slave trade. And we had a couple of other things in it, but the majority of the blood work came from Senegal. It was in the region in Senegal where most of the people populated from, and that's where we were from, Senegal. So I didn't really question anything else after that.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
It doesn't really do it. It's going by the blood work.
Okay. And it broke it down like 10% this, 50% that.
Yes, it breaks it down like that. And most of it, a lot of that has to be done through the women in the family, not per se the men. I don't know why. They gave me an explanation, but I kind of forgot what the explanation was. But mostly predominantly has to be done by the elder women in the family to give a more accurate account of where you're really from in that western part of Africa. And Senegal was the place that we were from.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing. Shout out to you, baby. Shout out to you. Please send me that information. I'd like to get. So my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, is currently passed. So I don't know exactly where we could get blood from. Maybe one of her sisters.
Who's the lady in the family? That's where you get it from.
Okay, so my great auntie.
Yes, you have to get it from her and have her do the test.
And some of our elders are in their age, you guys. So if this is something you're interested in, you want to get on that immediately, because once they're gone, they're gone. Well, thank you for that. You know what? I think I'm going to invest in that test. I want to know. I want that breakdown, this percent, that percent. I would love to figure that out. Maybe you would too. So I'm going to do my own due diligence. After I find somebody that I trust, somebody who I believe to be reputable, or for the last caller, if you could send me something. If you are not on social media, I do have a website, TaylaAndre.com, TaylaAndre.com. There's a contact me now page. And if you could send me where you got your DNA test from, I would love to do my due diligence and find out some more information and see if I can get my blood work done, one of my auntie's blood work done, and find out a little bit more about where I personally am from, the breakdown by percentage. I think that would be a beautiful thing. We are coming to the top of the hour. I love you. I appreciate you. I apologize to those who called in and hung up. Like, listen, this is a yes or no question. Y'all over here answering it like it's a fill in the blank. No, yes or no, true or false. This is not a paragraph needed. No, I apologize for that. But if you missed any of today's conversation, head over to mixcloud.com. You can head over to YouTube, or you can watch on Periscope. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Coleman G. Howard. I love him. I love him. He talks about being who you are, authentically yourself, being love, being compassion, and giving that love and compassion. All of his shirts are 100% cotton. Remember, we talked about the clothes that you wear and how that influence you and influence your being and your energies. All of his clothes are 100% cotton, and they have loving sayings on them. Why is that important? Is because when people read what's on your shirt, regardless of what may be on your shirt, it affects them on a subconscious level. If you have skulls and bones on your shirt, Anari and Asari were never able to have skulls and bones and like upside down crosses, like, oh, that shirt's cool. No, it's important what you put on your body and the images that not only you see, but you project to the world. And the images that Coleman G. Howard has on his shirts are of love. Little black girls dream too. Little black boys dream too. When we love, it's better for us to heal together than for us to heal alone. And I believe in these things, and I will continue to promote him and promote his brand, and he will continue to promote the Wake Up with Tayla Andre show. And I love our sponsors. Shout out to Faith's Natural. So for those that are currently on YouTube, yesterday, my hair was a little dry. But I went ahead and I got up and I got it wet for you guys, and I put some of this Faith Natural curly stuff in it, and it's so soft and these curls are so defined, and I absolutely love them. Today's product is a coffee bean face detox. Faith has everything. Let me tell you, from the pum pum wash, you know, Freaky Fridays tomorrow. I can't wait for Freaky Friday so I can tell you about this pum pum wash. But from the pum pum wash to the lemon sugar face scrub to the acne anti-inflammatory, like she has everything for anything that you may need. If your edges are gone because you want to wear weave your whole life, she has some spray that helps with your edges. If your face is breaking out, she has some black detox soap. If your pH balance is off, she has some pum pum soap. If you need some lotion or a shaving cream, she has that. She has everything. All natural deodorant without any aluminum, not going to cause you breast cancer. I love Faith's natural products. You look in my my armoire. If you look in my armoire, everything is Faith Natural. So I love and appreciate her. I love and appreciate you. Tomorrow is going to be off the chain. Freaky Friday. Better not bring your kids. Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Big City 101.3 FM. Mwah!
Know what it is? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. Listen, make sure you wake up with Tayla Andre Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Big City 101.3 FM. Wake up with the Radio Rebel. Politics, news, conspiracies. Wake up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. This is the type of stuff I'm into, all right? Make sure you tune in. Let's go.
Shocky, we say Al Qaeda, baby, dance it for me and Shocky, we say Al Qaeda, baby, dance it for me and Shocky, we say Al Qaeda, baby, dance it for me and Shocky, we say Al Qaeda.
Okay, so YouTube can only get about 20 seconds before they report me. So that's all y'all can hear for now. That's Mr. EUGY and Mr. Easy Dance For Me. It's a hot song. It's a popular song. It's an Africa song, taking it back to the origins. Hey. Would you go back? Ask your friends, ask your family, would they go back to their country of origin? And I don't care what their country of origin is. I wish we had somebody that called in talking about I'm from Ireland, or I'm from Greece, or I'm from, we did get somebody who was from the Middle East who inboxed us anonymously. But I want to know whether or not these white people want to go back to where they came from. That was really like, I know a lot of y'all Black Africans would not go back because y'all too scary. I know it. We have over 30 comments on the Facebook page. I should have read some of those comments, but I know y'all scary as hell. Ain't nobody going back to Africa. Ain't nobody going back to Africa. Y'all think it's going to be you and a whole bunch of flies. You're going to be broke and poor and hungry. That's not how it works, baby. That's not how your ancestors got this thing set up for you. But we too scary. We ain't going back. We too worried about our livelihood, about our cable. We too worried about the hoes down the street. We worried about a lot. But I want to know if white people would go back to their country of origin. Would you go back to the caves of the cock? I didn't want to be ignorant. I didn't say that right here, but I'm wondering, would you go back to the Caucasoid caves? Would you do that? Would you go back to Ireland? Would you go back to Iceland? Will you go back to some of those countries? I was going to say more, but I'm not. I'm not going to be rude and disrespectful and ignorant. But I want to sometimes. So I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have an awesome day today. I'm happy as hell. Hallelujah.
Shocky, we say Al Qaeda, baby,
That's it for me,
Shocky.
Hey.